Yo, what is up YouTube? I'm Blitz5 and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Xbox One. And this video is going to be a little bit of a rant. So if you're not in the mood for that, you can click away. But I recently had an incident with my Xbox where it stopped working and I've been doing some research about it. And I've kind of come to the conclusion that there's some shady things going on with the Xbox One. And when I say that, I mean the whole family of consoles, the Xbox One, the original, which I have, the Xbox One S, which is the slim version, and then now the new Xbox One X. And when I say Xbox, I'm also referring to Microsoft, which is the parent organization that makes the Xbox, right? Because they kind of go hand in hand. It's their product behind the Xbox brand, which I think is its own subdivision of Microsoft. But hey, let's not get into too many things here. Let's stick to this video. So let me explain what kind of happened and then where my brain is going, because I've kind of come to some conclusions here that I think are pretty interesting. I just feel the need to share. So hopefully you guys maybe will make it to this video and kind of at least see where I'm coming from here, because I'm a big Xbox fanboy and stuff like this really turns me off, and you'll see why. So I get home last week and I go to turn on my Xbox. I hadn't played Xbox in a couple days and it's not working. It's not turning on at all. I made a video about it on my page, kind of a comedy video about me being my Xbox not working and figuring out what happened. So long story short, it turns out that the power supply is dead on the Xbox One and I can no longer play Xbox. So when I got home, I thought, man, is this Xbox dead? Is this going to be a whole nother thing like the Xbox 360 where that console just red ringed? It used to just get 3 rings, red rings, and it means your console was burnt out, it overheated, and it was just dead. So that's a whole thing we're going to get into later in the video, but I want to stick to what happened last week. So not a big deal. You know what I mean? I play Xbox a lot, not the most, not the least. I play weekly. So the power supply burns out. That's unfortunate, right? It shouldn't burn out. I think I paid, what, $300 or $400 for the Xbox. It's basically like a mini computer. It obviously doesn't have the same functionality as a computer, but like you're not paying the same price as a computer. So you can look at it that. But it came out in 2013. So this has really only gotten me 4 years of use. It came out at the end of 2013 and just the beginning of 2018. So you could do the math there. So it's really how you want to determine like how long this product should be lasting for, and should the power supply be breaking. Out of all my issues I've ever had with any consoles, I've never had a power supply break. Nonetheless, let me go buy another one. That's fine. I have a job. I can afford it. Let me buy another one. So the issue here is that you really can't easily just buy an Xbox One power brick, official one. You have to, if you go to the website, nothing appears. And when you Google it, all these third-party power bricks appear on Amazon, eBay, all these other different websites. And even if you see someone that says official on Amazon, it turns out that a lot of times those products are just fake on Amazon. It says it's by Microsoft, but when you click on it, it's actually being sold by another company. You have to really pay attention to what you're buying on Amazon, because they'll make fake stores and things by Microsoft or by this company, but it's being sold by Blitz5 LLC, and you don't really know unless you do your research and click around about it. Anyways, click around about it, if I said that right. Anyways, moving on. So I want to, these things are cheaper. They're like 20, 30 bucks. I still don't really feel like paying for it, but like I said, it's not that big of a deal. But then it just turns out that a lot of these things look like they break after a couple months. A lot of them have 5-star reviews, but some of them are in like broken English. They don't seem that legitimate. Some of them seem extremely loud. I'm sure, everyone's going to have a bad story. I'm sure some of them work, but it's just annoying that to buy one of these with ease, you're going on Amazon and buying a third-party power product, and you don't know if it's going to mess up your Xbox, if it's going to short circuit. You don't know. I mean, what's the worst case scenario? It starts a fire. That's a pretty bad worst case scenario. I don't know that much about electronics, but I'm assuming that if it's not designed correctly to fit the Xbox One, or maybe it's designed poorly and the circuits don't work correctly, or it's not, who knows? I'm not an electrician. That's the worst case scenario. It starts a fire. That's pretty bad worst case scenario. So I'm like, you know what? How much more money could a regular power supply be? So it turns out they're $50, but to get one, you actually have to register your product online on the Xbox.com store. You can't just buy it anywhere. And then you have to pay $50 for a new power supply, and then $35 if you want it fixed, and you have to send it to them, all that stuff. So I'm like, it's $50. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. It's only $50. Then I'm thinking, you know what? Hold on. Isn't the Xbox One S really cheap? Yeah, it turns out it's $200 right now. The Xbox One S, that's the model after the original Xbox. The original Xbox right now is discontinued. So technically that price would be under $200. and you can get the Xbox One S bundle for around $230. So let's just say you take the bundle out, Xbox One S is $199, okay? Then $50 is 1/4 the price of the Xbox One S. So you're telling me that the power supply is 1/4 of the cost of the Xbox One. So that's impossible, because they always have said that when they sell these products, Xbox, that they're right up to the margins there. There's very little margin on the Xbox. Even famously in the Xbox 360, they sold some of these at a loss so they could gain market share versus the PlayStation. So the hardware in here actually costs more, or maybe they're getting a good price because they're Microsoft and they're buying millions and millions of these circuits and all the graphic cards and all that stuff that they need to make the Xbox One. But anyways, they're bringing you, like I said, a miniature computer at like a $400 price range. So they're definitely, the stuff inside the Xbox is really expensive. So you're telling me that they're going to sell the power supply for $50? I don't know if I can express that more enough. That's just such a joke, in my opinion. I mean, it's not the end of the world. $50 isn't that much. But then when you look at what they're providing you, I mean, the whole Xbox for $200, and now on top of that, with the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X, so the One S, the Slim, and the One X, in 4 years they've come out with 2 new products. The power supply is in the actual console. And then if you look around, all the new laptops, the power supply is this big. The Xbox One power supply is bigger than my head. Actually, it's right here. This fucking thing is huge. And I broke it in half. And I'm glad I did, because F that power supply. But anyways, so now all these things are tiny. If you buy like a tower PC, it's built into the PC. You've always seen these power cords. Let's see if I have it here. Do I have it? I don't have it. Oh, I have it. It's plugged into the wall. The power cord for the PC has been the same power cord for years, since I first got a computer. It's this like 2 or 3 pronged end, and then it's got the part that you put right into the wall, okay? You can buy those online, eBay, Amazon, whatever, for a couple dollars a piece. And that's what comes with the new Xbox One S and the new Xbox One X. So I just feel like now, even if I get a new power supply, there's really no point, because what if I'm going to upgrade to another Xbox in the next couple of years, or next year, let's say next year, because the next couple of years there's probably going to be another Xbox. And then, so I'm like, this is just crazy. Like, I could literally get the Xbox One S, which is faster, has more storage, all this stuff. The storage alone could cost $50, and they're charging me $50 for the power supply. And second of all, like, I just feel like they should have better customer service, and they should be selling the power supply barely above margins, just like the console, because it shouldn't be breaking in 4 years to begin with. That's just good customer service. And if they want to make more money, then charge more money for the console. Don't rip us off when something breaks and you can't buy it. And, and then, so this has me thinking about a whole host of different things. So the video's not over yet. So then this just has me thinking about how originally, if you look back to the Xbox One release, it seemed like it was out of the blue. It seemed like they were catching up to PlayStation. The release was bad. The UI was terrible. The interface was really bad. The Xbox One was laggy. It was worse than the Xbox 360, so they were downgrading going into the new console. They had changed the audio jack for the Xbox One headset so that everybody had to buy their specific headset. And if you wanted to use another one, you needed to pay an adapter, which I did, which was like $35. So they're taking this like Apple approach that you need to use their product, and who dares change the audio jack? I mean, Apple eventually did with these wireless headphones, but like the audio jack is one of the most universal things across every system, every platform, every piece of electronic equipment uses the same headphone jack. And Xbox was the first person to dare Microsoft to switch that. So that you just add all these little things up, that you paid money for the system that didn't work. Now, the always on thing with Xbox One, you buy a video game, an actual physical disc, you can't play it right away. You have to download it onto your Xbox. You pay all this money for all this stuff, Xbox Live, all of these things. You just, they make it seem like you're getting a great deal, but you're spending all this money, $60 on games, $60 a year for Xbox Live. And then, I'm thinking about how the Xbox One S only came out a couple years after the Xbox One. And you're telling me that they couldn't design this console right here? They couldn't design this console to be any less, let's see. They couldn't design this console to be any smaller when they came out with it. But then 2 years later, they magically have a smaller console. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's capitalism and companies 101. That what they did is they said, hey, all right, what we're going to do is that in 2 years, we're going to come out the Xbox One. In 2 years, we're going to come out with the Xbox One S. This is exactly what the iPhone does now too, right? They have the iPhone, they had the iPhone 5, then the 5S. It's just a new strategy where they sandbag their technology. They make a bigger product because they know in whatever, a couple years they're going to make the next generation. And then they come out and say, you know what? We didn't do a great job putting on the power. We're going to make an Xbox One X. That's awesome. That's great. That's what this console originally should have just been, is the Xbox One X. So now they have a whole nother console. 4 years later, I get screwed because I'm the first adapter of this console. If I waited, I could have gotten S. You know, half the games were broken when the Xbox One first came out. We couldn't even connect on most of the games. The Battlefield games had so many problems. The Halo Master Chief Collection, all these games didn't even work online. Complete bullshit. So, you know, that's really, really frustrating to me. You just add it all up, and now this power supply situation, like I said, 1/4 the price of an Xbox One and One S. And, you know, I'm like thinking there, what should I do? Am I going to buy an Xbox One X for $500? Like at that price, you could get a pretty decent desktop or build your own desktop for $500, $600, $700. And I already have a gaming PC that I don't, you know, I don't need to build one. So why should I do that? And then you see, then this kind of coincides with like a lot of gamers now are moving to play Fortnite, and all these battle royale games are really popular. And now people are realizing that like, oh wow, they see people play a lot. Like you can play Fortnite a lot faster on the PC than you can on Xbox, and the graphics are way better. And then I'm like, what's the point of even having an Xbox One X? I don't have a 4K monitor. There's only a handful of games right now that are made for 4K. I know it can load 4.5 times faster than the Xbox One, but my Xbox One wasn't loading that slow. It was totally fine. The only game I have ever had issues with was PUBG, and that game has issues across the board with frame rate. I know it's better on the Xbox One X, but it's not $500 better. I know that, especially when you can play on the PC perfectly fine. And so I'm just like doing the math here, and I just think that's like Xbox One, Microsoft they're being calculated with all this stuff like you expect them to. Hey, they need to make money. They're a business. I get that. But I just feel like the customer service for this stuff is poor. They should be hooking people up with all these issues. Oh, you know what? I didn't even go back into the old Xboxes. So the original Xbox, no issues. I was 10 years old. I modded that shit. I took it apart. No issues. Xbox 360, I went through 4 or 5 Xbox 360s, and I know most people, even people that aren't even big gamers, went through more than one Xbox 360 because of the red ring issue. And every time people had an issue, they had to fight Xbox customer service to get one inside of their warranty, get a discounted one, get a free one. I got 1 or 2 free ones that I had to argue with forever about and wait for them to ship it, all this stuff. And then I eventually ended up having to pay for another 1 or 2 more. Yes, I was a nerd back then and I played too much Xbox, enough that I had to go through 3 or 4 Xbox 360s or whatever it was. But that doesn't matter. I paid for the product. It should be working. The customer service should be better. And the same is going on with the Xbox One. And then what if I buy an Xbox One X and now the power brick is in the Xbox One X? What if the power brick breaks? The warranty is only 1 year. So say 1 year and 2 months, I buy the Xbox One X, the power brick breaks because obviously they don't make great power bricks because it broke already in the Xbox One original. So I wish I made this point in the beginning. I'm going to just comment below, fast forward to this point. What if right now, TLDR, this is where we're at in the video. My Xbox One doesn't work. The power supply broke. What if right now I buy my Xbox for $500 plus tax? I'm in New Jersey, 7% tax, 7 times 5 is 35. So I'm going to pay $535 minimum for the Xbox One X, okay? I buy that. Xbox warranty lasts for 1 year. 1 year and 2 months later, power brick breaks. I can't open my Xbox. That probably voids the warranty. Can't buy another power brick like a PC. If it was a PC, you can just open the PC, fix it. You can't do that. It's proprietary to Xbox. They probably don't even sell it. It's hard enough to get an Xbox One power brick from them. And then I'm screwed. Then I'm out $500 for the Xbox One. I don't think I could do it. And I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think there's enough content on there on Xbox. And the only game I play on Xbox right now is Call of Duty. And yeah, I don't know. That's kind of crazy to me. I feel like the console, the veil that's been over the consoles is kind of lifting, and people are realizing that this is sort of some kind of, not a scam, but it's a very weird business practice, and they can make a lot of money off gamers, especially people who don't play PC. And I think people are starting to realize that now, and I have come to that realization now as well. and it's a little frustrating, as you can tell. Not the end of the world, just video games, but it's a very big hobby, very big industry, and I like making YouTube videos about video games. So for me, I guess it is kind of a big deal. Anyways, that's how I think. Let me know what you guys think about Xbox. And I don't even mean to harp on Xbox because PlayStation has similar issues as well. I mean just mostly consoles in general. But this, for me, I have the Xbox. This is what's directly affecting me. So anyways, I hope you guys might have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about Xbox One, Xbox One S, and the Xbox One X all coming out in the 4 years. What do you have? What do you play? What do you say? Anyways, I'm Blitz5. Thank you all for watching, and peace out. Deuces.